All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Art and Life. My name is Adewale Boki Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Ronin Warriors, one of the greatest cartoons you've ever seen, one of the best cartoons you've ever seen from the 1980s, 1988 to 1989 exactly, to be exact. Man, this cartoon was off the chain. But before we get into this podcast, we want to thank our sponsors. This Sanusi Vision podcast is brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I always got my custom orthotics in every pair of my batas that I wear. My feet got to be right, man. I'm not trying to be in no pain like that, man. And so I remember a while back I went to go see Dr. Nehru Sode. Next thing you know, no surgery needed. Custom orthotics are in my feet, and now my feet are happy as I don't know what, man. So make your appointment today at AnadelCenter.com, y'all. AnadelCenter.com, y'all. If you're in the Frisco area, as is well known, he's the best rated doctor in the area, in the state. This guy's about to be the best doctor rated in the galaxy. He's, as far as I'm concerned, he's the best foot specialist in the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? In the universe, to be honest with you. So AnadelCenter.com details, y'all. AnadelCenter.com. All right, y'all, let's get into this podcast, man. I mean, I've waited a long time to do this episode. Ronin Warriors. A lot of y'all might not know nothing about it, but don't worry. I'm going to give you a crash course on one of the greatest cartoons ever made. Yes, when I did my top 25 cartoons a while back, Ronin Warriors made the list. That's how great this cartoon is. The things that I want to talk about, the origins, the history, powers, animation, and hopefully one day they might actually do a movie. But the characters, of course, let's start about the origins, right? The Ronin Warriors. These guys, that way I give you everything. I don't miss nothing because I ain't trying to miss nothing. I mean, I could literally spit this off top. It was so sick, man. When I first started seeing Ronin Warriors, speaking of origins, first time I saw it was on Toonami on Cartoon Network. When people used to watch cable. Nobody's watching cable anymore. Now we're all streaming. Man, I was like, who are these dudes, man? I mean, you had Ryo, Sage, Sai, Kento, Rowan, and then each person. So Ryo was Armor of Wildfire, Virtue. Sage was Armor of Elo, Wisdom. Sai was Armor of Torrent, Truth. Kento was Armor of Hard Rock, Justice. And then Rowan was Armor of Strata, Life. I mean, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. And then each one of them had super moves. Ryo had, right? I'm not even going to get to their powers. I'm getting too excited. But Ronin Warriors, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this cartoon was just, oh my God. It was one of the sickest. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm going to find this Joker. You got to be kidding me. Ronin Warriors. Yeah, I'm going to make sure we write about this right here. Okay, so Ronin Warriors, if you don't know, for a lot of y'all, if you're in Japan, you know it as Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers. But if you're in America, you know it as Ronin Warriors. Because a lot of people, the original title actually came from the Japanese name, Legendary Armored Samurai. Yuriden Samurai, which means Torupi, in Japanese anime series was created by Hajime Yati and it was created by animator named Hajime Yatiti and animated company Sunrise. The television is co-produced by Nagoya TV, Aircross Japan, on All Alpen News Network from April 30th, 1988 to March 4th, 1989. I told y'all 1988 to 1989. You know what I'm saying? For a total of 39 episodes, which was insane. A manga adaptation was serialized in Condition Comic Boom Boom from 1917-88 to April 5th, 1990, and the characters and the chapters collected into 2 total volumes. I mean, Ronin Warriors, man, God, it's just the cartoon itself. What makes it great is that, of course, it's Japanese style. That's really the origin. I mean, anything Japanese style in general is going to be so sick. I remember watching it as a kid. It was always part of my Action Hour period on Cartoon Network. That was about the same time that Gundam Wing came out, Endless Waltz. But man, Ronin Warriors was sick. And then each character, because I have to break down each character here. So Ryo, Armor of Wildfire, which is basically virtue, which was his thing. He was the leader of the team, the red armor, if you're just wondering who it is. Ronin Warriors. I'm talking all this talking, but I haven't even showed y'all this right here. Oh, I got a whole bunch to show y'all, man. That's Ronin Warriors. So we got Ryo, got Rowan, Kento, Sage, Sai. You know what I'm saying? Each one had their own thing. And then, of course, Armor of Wildfire was Ryo. Kento was Armor of Hard Rock. Rowan was Armor of Strata. Sage was Armor of Halo. And then Sai was Armor of Torrent, right? And each person had their own powers, which I'm going to get into later on the podcast. But man, these dudes were off the chain. You can probably catch it on YouTube if you really want to watch it that bad. Ronin Warriors is one of those cartoons that, oh man, how can I explain this? It was in the golden age, man, because I've always thought about this. I've always felt like the 1980s and the 1990s are the best age of cartoons. You know what I'm saying? And then the Ronin Warriors came right at that bridge. They came right around when Thundercats was around, when Voltron was around, when Brave Star was around, when Silverhawks was around. Now I'm just naming cartoons that y'all probably like, what in the... You got to go get your watch on, man. I mean, and then also too, so basically it was an animated series. It had certain people that were helping with the team to make the animation come true. So you had chief screenwriter Ryosuke Takashi. Then you had screenplay by Jinzu Toromi, Masarunori Oka, Saburo Ebinama, Yoki Onishi, and Diki Sondora, Yuji Watanabe, Satoshi Ikawashi, and Tokoshika Nakaya. I mean, these guys, the whole thing was Japanese style. I just fell in love with this thing. I said, what in the hell? And Ronin Warriors was one of the things that helped me to create also Cardiac Assassins, as you can see. And yeah, we're rocking this nice bomber jacket. I know you're wondering what this is right here. And this is the Sanusi Vision podcast t-shirt, as you can see. We're doing big things. So get your pair today on SouthVision.com. Men's and women's, boys and girls. We got them from all sizes. Pretty soon it's going to be available. Beanies, bomber jackets, all kinds of stuff. But, this is what we're doing here at Sanusi Vision, man. You know what I mean? Ronin Warriors was originally licensed in the United States. But by the time it got to the U.S., right, because it was originally in Japanese, and anything that comes to the U.S., you have to change it from originally to a name that the U.S. audience can understand. So, like I told you before, it was actually originally called Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers, and then when they brought it to America, it had to become Ronin Warriors, which was weird, but hey, that's typical America stuff, right? And so basically the plot of the whole thing was, there's this guy named Toppa. He was the leader of the evil dynasty, and the demon lord of Netherworld and ruler of the dynasty is bent on conquering the mortal world. Standing against Toppa and his 4 dark warlords are the 5 Ronin Warriors, each in possession of mystical armor and weapons. They are assisted by Mai Koji, a young student teacher, and a mysterious Ronin warrior monk known as the Ancient One. You know what I'm saying? So the Ancient One, oh my God, now I got to get into it. Okay, so now I've introduced you to the Ronin Warriors. Now let's talk about the dynasty warlords. Dale, Sekhmet, Chaos, Anubis, who eventually becomes the Ancient One, right? He's kind of the leader of the warlords, but then they all work for a guy named Toppa, who's the head of the dynasty warlords. This dude was like a giant floating head that was a ghost spirit, and his main mission was to get his whole body back, which turned him into like this giant-sized Godzilla's type of demon. I mean, it was just insane. And he was, through his spiritual existence, he was able to protect or control the dynasty warlords and give them powers so they could fight the Ronin Warriors. You have to understand something. The Ronin Warriors were the light of goodness. The dynasty warlords were evil. And were they technically evil? Yeah, because they were working for Lord Toppa. But then Anubis breaks off once he loses in a major battle to Ryo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys, it was one of those. Let me see here what I'm looking for here. No, we're not looking for that. You know what I'm saying? It was, and then to top it off, it was the typical of most Japanese style animation. And also, too, it was done in Japanese. To me, it was more interesting that the cartoon was done in Japanese than it wasn't turned into an English version, which is always not really uncommon, because Technoman, the same thing happened to them. Gundam Wing, the same thing happened to them. But Ronin Warriors, man, it just was sick as I don't know what. You've never seen anything like this, man. So now, going into the history of Ronin Warriors, as I told you before, Ronin Warriors was created in 1988 as an animation series, and it first aired from April 30th, 1988 to March 4th, 1989. It actually went through, now you gotta keep in mind this whole time, it was known as the Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers. Totally in Japan, totally in Japanese, totally awesome. I didn't know what I didn't really see Ronin Warriors till about, oh my God. I must have been like 15. Excuse me. I must have been like 15, and I was telling myself like, where in the God's name did this cartoon come from? Are you kidding me? Dude, this is one of the sickest cartoons you've ever seen. I was like, you got 5 dudes with 5 different powers, and they can all do different things. And then, oh, I'm forgetting. You got White Blaze, oh my God, who's so sick, Mia. And then Yuli, who's like this kid whose parents are lost, was captured by the Dynasty Warlords. Excuse me, the history of Ronin Warriors is like, you got a cartoon anime series that's very successful in Japan. And since it's very successful in Japan, it doesn't take very long for American companies to come and bring it along. Its main premises is that it was an animation series. So now what happens now, right? There's a company named Araza. I can't even pronounce it. A company, it was originally licensed by an American company called, I'm not sure if they're American, but the United States, by a company called Graz Entertainment, and distributed by Sina, now Wild Brain. And it was recorded by the Vancouver-based Ocean Productions cast. Ronin Warriors was first aired on American television during the summer of 1995. Subsequently appeared through syndication as well as the U.S. network in 1995, Sci-Fi Channel in 1996, and later on Cartoon Network in 1999. So it didn't get to Cartoon Network till 1999, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just a while. And then the series was released on DVD in 2002, including the original Japanese version with English subtitles on the reverse side of the disc. On September 4th, 2014, North American anime licensor Discotek Media announced that their license of original Japanese anime Yoshiden Samurai Troopers and plan to release the series on DVD in 2015. Discotek has said that on their Facebook page that they have no plans to release Ronin Warriors until they clear issues with the dub. Discotek has also licensed the OVAs and included both Japanese and English audio as well as English subtitles by 2021. The issues were resolved and the series English dub had a Blu-ray release by 2018. So this cartoon was created in 1988. It didn't make it to American shores and total clarity to 1995. And then it didn't really clear everything so people can freely be able to watch it till 2021. That is insane. Ronin Warriors to me is one of those cartoons that it just wasn't, it could have been so much more renowned, so much more appreciated, so much more known. Only the true followers of animation really know what Ronin Warriors is. And those are the same cats that know what Silverhawks is. Those are the same cats that know what Brave Star is. Very few are known about those cartoons, man. But Ronin Warriors, off the chain. And each character, remember, their armors are coming from different things, which I'm going to talk about later, in their powers, right? So the Ronin Warriors, the history, it's a Japanese style animation, and American companies, it's not uncommon for them to find a awesome Japanese animation and they want to bring it to America for Americans to see. But always the problem is that instead of keeping it as the original dub version, the Japanese version, everything gets converted to English. Just once, I'd like to see the thing converted to brought to America, but in straight Japanese. I don't need it to be converted. I want to watch it as Japanese because personally, I'm learning. I'm trying to learn Japanese. I'm actually taking it on my Duolingo and studying it once a week, studying it so I can get my study on and get my Japanese on. Japanese is not easy to study. It is just not easy to study. But hey, if I'm gonna be watching Japanese cartoons, then I want to know Japanese. You know what I'm saying? But Ronin Warriors, man, off the chain. That's the history right there. Now, next up is the powers. This is where it gets very, 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 very interesting. Okay, the powers, right? Let's talk about each character. So let's talk about, once again, we got Ryo, we got Sage, we got Sai, we got Kento, we got Roman, right? Each one has their own powers. So, let's talk about Ryo. Armor of Wildfire, right? His is more of the heat fire. His abilities come from when he has a super move called Flare Up, which is when he joins both of his swords, and then the thing just turns into like a giant beam. I mean, it just cuts through everything around its vicinity, man. You know what I mean? Armor of Wildfire, which also signifies virtue too. So he's kind of, Ryo indirectly is kind of the leader of the team. And at the same time too, his armor, when all 5 hours armor armors combined, they form this armor called Armor of Inferno, which, oh my God, which is insane. It totally puts Ryo's all their armors together in one, and gives Ryo this supernatural ability where he literally is invincible. His eyes go all flame red. I mean, it's just, man, and that armor is invincible. And then of course, White Blaze comes out with the swords of swords of fervor. Yeah, that's right. I know what I'm talking about. Swords of fervor. When I say I used to watch this cartoon, I used to watch this cartoon. Actually, I think it might be available on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you might be able to watch this, man. But Ryo has the ability to Armor of Wildfire, which is his thing, and his symbol is virtue. Ryo was our favorite, and as you know, anybody that looked like they had looked like Leonardo with the two swords, they were gonna be my favorite. I just thought Ryo was sick as hell. I remember I loved Ryo. My other brother loved Sage. My other brother loved Kento, and I think my sister liked Sai because of the Super Wave Smasher. You know what I'm saying? But dude, Ryo was so sick, man. And then the next up, you got Sage, which I'm gonna point out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's Sage right there in the green. Sage is the one in the green. This is Ryo right there, if you're wondering. I just talked about. This is Sage in the green. Armor of Halo. Whose symbol is wisdom. Now, Sage's super move was called Thunderbolt Cut. You know what I'm saying? Thunderbolt Cut. Oh my God, that thing was so sick, right? Ryo's was like bring the swords together, then go far up in the sky and flare up, and a lightsaber type beam would come through. But Sage was like Thunderbolt Cut. It's more like a ground assault, right? Sage was more of the wisdom dude on the team. His armor was designed to be very how can I put this? All out assault. You know what I'm saying? He's got the how can I explain this? He's got armor that makes him totally invulnerable to how do I say this? It offers him some forms of invulnerability, but Sage's armor is primarily designed to be a ground assault attack type of dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's close range too. And Sage is a master swordsman. Well, Ryo is a master swordsman, but Sage is more of a samurai. you know what I'm saying, type of situation. That's what Sage was, but Sage was sick, man. You know what I'm saying? Next up, you got Sai. With the armor of Torrent. So you got Sai right here with the armor of Torrent, right? So Sai is the one that's his super move is called Super Wave Smasher, which he would hold the Sai thing in his hand, and this, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like these energy crystals, not energy crystals, energy bubbles will come out of the Sai, and next thing you know, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Kind of look like the Triton that Aquaman rocks with, right? But except he controls water, and the whole thing would just come down on you like a tidal wave. It was insane, dude. Sai was sick. So Sai was the armor of Torrent, and his symbol was truth. Excuse me. His symbol was truth, and you could tell, like, this dude was trying to. He was never the super aggressive one, but when he had to kick butt, he had to kick butt. Each one had different set of powers. That's what I loved about it. Their powers indirectly were kind of elemental. If you look at Sai's, Rowan's kind of thing, it looks like a flame. If you look at Sage's thing, it looks like a like electricity. And if you look at Sai's thing, it's more like water. So you're controlling water elements and you're just bringing it and crashing it down on people, man. I mean, Sai was sick as hell, man. Then next up, you got Kento, armor of Hard Rock. Kento's deal is Iron Rock Crusher, but his symbol was justice. So on the team, Kento was more of the guy on the team, like, you know what, let's just kick butt and talk about this later. He was always looking to start a fight, man. Well, not start a fight, but ready to get into a fight if it was necessary to get into a fight. Kento was sort of also the comedian of the team too. He didn't take anything seriously. You know what I'm saying? I guess kind of like the Michelangelo of the thing, but he was just his powers were. It was, aside from his powers being justice, but he was actually strong. Like, he was literally strong. You know what I'm saying? His armor, he would hit the Iron Rock Crusher, and next thing you know, like, it would look like, I don't know how to explain it. It would look like an earthquake and the electricity would meet each other. That's the only way to really explain it, because the floor would raise up and start shaking, and then the earth would come down. Then the electric shockwaves from the ground would raise up, and they would join forces, and next thing you know, there's like a shaking. I mean, he would just have the whole place rocking, dude. I can't tell you how many times he whooped, it might have been Sekhmet, the Web of Deception guy from the Dynasty Warlords. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? But, right, oh my God, Kento was so sick. I can't tell you how sick this cartoon is. Then next up is Rowan. Rowan is the bow and arrow guy of the team, right? Oh, before I forget, Kento's move was called Super Iron Rock Crusher, but his weapon of choice is like this. I don't know how to explain it. It's like an iron bow stick, and he would hit the ground. Boom. Next thing you know, oh crap! It's like a tidal wave earthquake, man. It's like electricity, and the rocks were joining forces, and boom, they would just hit you, and you couldn't stop it. It was like 100-foot typhoon was coming at you, except it wasn't water. It was literally rocks and electricity, man. It was off the chain. So, you know what I'm saying? Next up, I told you, as I said, is Rowan. Rowan is the bow and arrow guy on the team. His super move is called Arrow Shockwave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know all their super moves. I know how they're gonna do it. I know what it is, just off the chain. Rowan was the life on the team. That was his symbol, life. You know what I'm saying? Because in the cartoon series, you would hear them say virtue, wisdom, trust, justice, life. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it was just, oh God, off the chain. And Rowan was like sort of the chill back dude. He kind of didn't go looking for fights if he did have to. But if he had to whoop you, he had to whoop you. And you was going to catch that whooping. You know what I'm saying? He was sort of like a projectile type of dude. I don't remember in the cartoon him ever really having to come close range to anybody. He was just hitting people off with the arrows, man. He could fire off regular arrows, but when he had to do the whole dang thing, oh yeah, he would do it. Look at my computer over there going to sleep, man. He would definitely pull out the arrow and just start hitting people with arrows. And then when he wants to go super arrow on you, Arrow Shockwave, man. So now I'm going to move on to the Dynasty Warlords. You had Anubis, who had a Wake with Fear, and he would take this thing like this and throw it into the ground, man. And next thing you know, boom, the whole earth will be shaking. Anubis was really, really cool as a villain. But when he became an Ancient One, it was sort of weird. It's like they made him become this I guess goody two shoes. I love the fact that he was villain. That's probably the only thing that, excuse me, that's probably the only thing that I would complain about. That I wish Anubis would have stayed a villain. I thought it was super cool that he was a villain. You know, some characters are just cool as villains. Yeah, he was cool as the Ancient One, but he was cooler as Anubis. You know what I'm saying? Then next up, you got Sekhmet, the Web of Deception. So his basically super move was Web of Deception. He had an eye patch on his eye. Yeah, you know, like this guy knows a lot. Yeah, he had a patch on his eye, and then he would actually Ronin Warriors Dynasty Warlords. Ronin Warriors Dynasty Warlords. Oh yeah. You see. So, like I said, Sekhmet. Oh man, oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. So I said Anubis, Kale, Sekhmet, Deus. So I take that back. Deus was the Web of Deception guy. Let me just start from jump. Okay, Anubis, I did talk about that. But Kale was the Dynasty Warlord. Like, he could make things become shadowy. Like, he would deceive. He would like create this shadow, like kind of shadow realm that would not allow you to see any light, which was trippy. He was always going against Sage from the Ronin Warriors, whose super move was a Thunderbolt Cut. I can't tell you how many times Sage used the Thunderbolt Cut to cut through Kale's darkness shadow type of situations. I mean, and then he fought with this, and then Kale fought with this claw hand. Like he had a claw thing on his left hand, and then he had a giant sword on his right. So the perfect match for each other, man. But Kale was cool, man. He was if you've never seen this cartoon, you got to watch it. And then next up is Segments. He was sort of the Snake Fans Strike is what his move was called. Which he would have these poisonous swords, and if the poisonous swords hit you, oh man, it's gonna get you sick. And I can't tell you how many times he hit Ryo with that thing. And he was always the one fighting Kento, Armor of Hard Rock, whose super move was Super Wave Smasher. Sekhmet would do these hands like this, and it'd be like 100 hands getting at you, and you're like, what in the hell is going on here? Next thing you know, you're getting stabbed, man, by like poison. I mean, the poison, the tip of his swords would, even the tip and the size of his sword, if they scratched you, it was all she wrote. You was gonna get sick or you was gonna die, man. I can't tell you how close he came to killing Rowan. I remember one episode where I think it went to from episode 1, from episode 2 to 3, when Ryo had to free Sage. Yo, he was getting stabbed up by his Sekhmet, man, and then it was only because that oh my god, I've forgotten his brain. Forgotten his name. Are you kidding me right now? It was only that Sage used his Thunderbolt Cut to get rid of the poison that was on Ryo, and then defeated Sekhmet with it. It was off the chain, yo. I mean, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. See, I just went brain dead right there. And then of course you got Deus, Web of Deception, which is so sick. So he would create this illusion using his Web of Deception to make you think that what you were fighting or what you were seeing was actually true, and it wasn't. I can't tell how many times he messed the Ronin Warriors, especially Ryo. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy that fought him was Sai, Armor of Torrent. Sai would hit him with that Super Wave Smasher, man. Oh man, he broke him off, dude. He would take that thing like Aquaman, kind of Titan style, hold it like this with two hands, and be like, Super Wave Smasher. And then next thing you know, Deus was getting his ass kicked, but Deus was off the chain because he had that Web of Deception. You could be walking and not even know that the whole thing you're walking in is an illusion. That's how cool Deus was, man. These cats, man, when I tell you these cats were off the chain, these cats were off the chain, man. Oh my god, they were so, god, Ronin Warriors was so sick. You know what I'm saying?
Flare My armor is not evil! That can't be true! There's no way!
Next up, now we got the powers down. Let's talk about the animation. As I stated before, 1989, Ronin Warriors, 1988 to 1989 is how long the Ronin Warriors. It was 39 episodes, which back then was basically one season. That's basically what animation was. It was one of the sickest cartoons you've ever seen. The animation style, it was in the animation realm of more like Thundercats, if you will. Thundercats was one of the greatest cartoons ever made. It was so sick. It was like that, like with Ronin Warriors. Ronin Warriors was just off the chain. Like I said before, from April 30th, 1988 to March 4th, 1989. That's how long it was aired for. So basically, a whole year, literally a whole year, 39 episodes, which was normal for back then. Because normally you would see 65 episodes, 75 episodes, even normally was 60. So to have 39 episodes was not uncommon. And back then, it only had one season. And back then, they cranked out as many episodes as they could. So like I said before, the animation itself was invented by a Japanese artist named Ajima Yatati, and then animated by Sunrise originally in Japan. But then when they brought it to America, they changed it from Legendary Armored Samurai Troopers to Ronin Warriors, because we Americans are very ignorant in our ignorance. We think that everything should be named in a way that makes us comfortable. We're the only people that go to another country and ask the person, do you speak English? No, you idiot. How about you learn the language so you can get immersed in the culture? God, we are off the chain, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, animation, the animation series. So I'm gonna show y'all some stuff, and then I'm gonna continue talking about the animation series right here. So let's get our play on.
Together, they face the otherworldly forces of the evil dynasty, calling on the spirits of ancient samurai warriors. All five have been given super-powered fighting skills and weapons to wield against this tyranny. Justice! Fight! Wisdom! Trust! To arms! Heroes pushed to the limits. A struggle between good and evil. And the fate of humanity hangs in the balance.
So that's the animation series right there. Ronin Warriors, 1988 to 1989. Dude, I know it was only one season, but that one season was so spectacular. And even till today, you can name an animation, you can say top 25 animation series, and I promise you, Ronin Warriors gonna end up on there. They're gonna name Thundercats, they're gonna name Voltron, they're gonna name Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're gonna name X-Men the animation series, they're gonna name Gargoyles, and I promise you, somebody's gonna mention Ronin Warriors, just like they would mention Techno Man, just like they would mention Gundam Wing. Yeah, you're starting to notice the pattern of awesome characters that I'm talking about, awesome Japanese style. Anything Japanese style animation, especially when it's done with detail, because Japanese animation is so significantly more detailed than American animation. Yo, Ronin Warriors, if you've never seen it, please go see it. If you can't catch it on YouTube, you can definitely catch it on Amazon Prime. I think. Don't quote me, but I think you can, man. You know what I'm saying? Animation, man. I can't stress the importance of how cool the animation was. If you've never seen it, please, 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 please go see it. Go see it. And as far as movies, I have no idea why you have all these companies, what they're waiting for. A cartoon this great, you know how sick Ronin Warriors would be if it was a movie? Oh my God. I mean, this is another one of those things that I'm wondering, like, why in the hell has nobody done it? You got Ronin Warriors, you got Exo Squad, you got Techno Man. Are you kidding me? Do you know, I'm not saying making Ronin Warriors would be easy, but dang, you can make all these other cartoons and you can't make Ronin Warriors? Oh my God. Oh my God, Ronin. I'm just getting excited to think about it, but hopefully one day with movies, I'd be so there right quick and too fast if they made a movie about Ronin Warriors. I'll be losing it, man. I would love to even dress up as Halloween one time as Ryo from Ronin Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Have the two swords and then convert it to Armor of Inferno and have the Swords of Fervor. You know what I'm saying? So Ronin Warriors, man, movies would be amazing. It would be totally amazing if I could see movies. That's what I'm talking about. If I could see it, man. So,
There's no chance you will win. So, my friends, remember me in the next world. Wake with me. Watch it! What is that?
that's our show for today, man. Ronin Warriors is one of those legendary cartoons. I've been talking about a lot of awesome animated series. I was eventually gonna get to Ronin Warriors. Ronin Warriors is so sick. It's so sick. Oh my God. Like I said before, please try it on YouTube. And if you can't find YouTube, and if you find it on YouTube, you're probably gonna have the dub version, the Japanese, which is the perfect one to be watching, because now you can watch it in its originality. Even I have never seen it in the Japanese version. I've only seen it in the English version. So I got plans to rectify that situation. You know what I'm saying? So gotta get my rectification on. I mean, I gotta get this thing taken care of so I can watch Ronin Warriors in Japanese, because I can watch Gundam Wing in Japanese. Yeah, that's right. If you go on Hulu, if you got a Hulu account, you can watch Gundam Wing in Japanese. So that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? But Ronin Warriors is where it's at. You got to do the damn thing. So that's our show. Before we get up out here, we're gonna talk about all the awesome stuff that we have, man. So you know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Okay, it's once in a while, it's good to talk about all the cool stuff that we have and new products, right? Check this out, man. We got towels, man. Now, I know if you love towels, you're gonna love this right here. We got towels. Awesome, plush, premium towels, man. Yeah, with my cactus on it. Check that out, man. Look at that. Woo! It's soft, I'm telling you. This is one I use for boxing. Yo, these towels, man, they off the chain. And when I say they off the chain, they soft on your face, man. That's what they are soft on your face. Look at these towels. They are sick as hell. This is how you live the good life right here with these awesome towels right here. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing in Sanusi. And then just to show you we have more than one type. Check this out, man. Look at this humongous now. This one right here. This one that I showed you is sort of a mini size right here. You know what I'm saying? This is sort of a mini size right here. This is kind of a mini size right here. This is mini size right here. This is like for one person, maybe you wipe your face, maybe a kid. But then this monster that I'm going to show you, this is for an adult right here. This is an adult towel. And when I say it's an adult towel, it is huge. This towel is humongous. Check that out. Look at that monster. Man, I'll even back this thing up so you can see it. Look at this. This is huge. This is what we're doing on Sanusi. And this is the Card of Assassins Classic on this side. Check that out. So that way you see what you're doing. And look at this right here. Then we got the version 5 on this side. You know I got to do it, man. Look at this, man. This is how we're doing on Sanusi. You know what I'm saying? Always doing cool stuff. This is the tower. I mean, it's huge. Look at how huge it is. So this is what we're doing on Sanusi, man. So y'all got to get y'all towels on. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing on Sanusi. We doing big things. We doing towels. We doing all kinds of cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? What don't we do at Sanusi? You know what I mean? Saying so that's all the cool products we got. Of course, you can see the beanies. You got the bomber jacket. I got the t-shirt in multiple different characters. And then another thing I'm gonna show y'all. If you love posters, you got to get your poster on. I'm going to show you some stuff. Visit our website, sunvision.com. I know you saw Ronin Warriors, but let me show you more posters. This we're doing at Sanusi. We're always innovating. I'm not over here like kind of mess around. I got to show y'all stuff. Y'all can visit. So now, aside from all the, it's once in a while I like to show y'all other stuff we got. Look at here, we got posters, man. Check this out. You want to visit sunvision.com. You know what I'm saying? Here's Carjacks, here's Cajun, here's Escalade, Sincere. You know, just want to check out the posters, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, different characters, man. Different characters. Visit our website, sunvision.com. Get your poster on. Look at the assassins right there. You know what I'm saying? Then we got all kinds of cool stuff. You just got to get the poster on, man. You got to get your poster on. This is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Look at the assassins right there. Sanusi, Artillery, Excursion. Check that out, man. Oh my God, sick artwork. You got to visit sunvision.com. You know what I'm saying? You got to visit sunvision.com. Look at that. Mega Man, baby. Mega Man. Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing on Sanusi, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, check that out. Woo! All this awesome posters. So, you know what I'm saying? Check that out. Get your cartoon on. Nightwing, Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. And I'll show you. And just the... We even got X-Men. That's right. Gargoyles. This is what we're doing at Sanusi. Big things, man. We always doing something cool. And of course, Green Arrow, Spawn. Then I'm gonna finish it off with what I should have finished. What I want to finish it off with. Look at that, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Then of course, Voltron, Ronin Warriors. Today's show. You know what I mean? You got to get this on sunvision.com, man. If y'all ain't got a copy of my posters, you missing out, man. This is what we're doing in Sanusi. Big things, big things, big things. Don't forget about it here, y'all. As always, you got to get one of our bio books because the first official Carjack Assassins comic book is coming out. Yeah, that's what we're doing here at Sanusi, man. We're doing big things. Y'all, it is coming. You got to go get this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to tell you about the height, weight, all the character profiles of each character, where they're from, and what they're going to do, and where they're going. So that when the first official Carjack Assassins comic book comes out, and it is coming. It's going through correction phases right now. I'm doing it. It looks spectacular. I am so proud of it. I'm so proud of it that I'm starting to figure out what it's going to look like. Is it going to be a hardcover? Is it going to be a soft cover? It's gonna be a sick book, man. It's gonna be a game changer. It's gonna change things. And what I love most about what I did with it, it gives me my independence, man, which is what I've always wanted as an artist, because this business is ruthless and cutthroat, and I ain't gonna let you screw me over. There's a lot of good human beings out there, but there's also a lot of horrible individuals out there too. So you got to be on the lookout for these terrible human beings, and that's why you got to be a business individual and know what's going on with your art, man. So Carjack Assassin, the first official comic book is coming out, but this Bible is going to tell you about everything you need to know about the characters, man. It's going to be off the chain. So y'all, that's our show, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for listening, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been an awesome episode. Look at this. Let me grab something real quick. That way I don't forget it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a very awesome episode. Ronin Warriors, one of the best cartoons ever, man. You guys to check it out, man. But I want to thank you for listening, because I've been waiting long to talk about this cartoon. So this podcast was produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website at sunvision.com. You know what I'm saying? For all the cool stuff we got, from beanies to bomber jackets to t-shirts to pants to sweatpants to glasses cases to posters. We even got canvas art now. We got water bottles. I mean, we doing it all, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit to what we doing, man. So we gonna keep on keeping on. And please subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel, because that's where the future is. Everybody knows the platform of Apple, Spotify, whatever it might be. Yeah, they're still here. But one day, man, I'm sorry, we're all going to be YouTubing this thing, because people love to listen and people love to hear. People love to listen and people love to hear. How many individuals have you seen make a name for themselves, putting off their YouTube channel, their platforms, and making it such a grand avenue, a grand place to visit? You got to do that with your social media, man. That's what I'm doing with my Sanusi podcast. So please subscribe so that you can get the new episodes every Monday on our podcast. And I'm also putting the episodes on my Twitter page. On my X. I'm on my TikTok page, also on my Facebook page, and then I'm also putting it on my X page, also formerly known as Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do that, man. And of course, social media platforms. I'm gonna keep stressing it, because it's not gonna stop. If you don't have your stuff on social media, you are so falling far behind. So you got to have it on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube, and your X. Those platforms, find out which platform is best for you. I figured out, for me, I love using YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. It's just rocket fuel when I'm on there, man. Things are instantaneous. You know what I'm saying? Whereas X and formerly Instagram, they kind of like, and Instagram's kind of falling on the wayside, but you still got to use it, because it's really, honestly, it's just a complimentary app now at this point. I don't really think it don't have the same luster that it used to have. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing in Sound Vision. And please, don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.
飾りたい